So your Minister of Seniors has even admitted much more needs to be done. The problem is the Liberal Party is not doing nothing about it.
Well, Scott, you know that the Liberal Party has done a lot of hard work, and yes, we know that there's still a lot of hard work that has to be done. But when you look at the work that the Liberal government has done in the past with regard to seniors, reducing the age of seniors from 67 that the Harper government did when it was in power back down to 65, making with old age security, making sure that the Canada Pension Plan has been increased by 50% for future earners, benefiters of the Canada Pension Plan, making sure that seniors have received a top-up with their guaranteed income supplement. When we look at what the Liberal government has done in that respect, as well as the pension file, and we know that the steel tariffs, the strategic investments that the Liberal government has made, has allowed for example, Stelco investing $30 million as set out in the Spectator on September 16th for the annealing facility, where Stelco said that this is the first investment in new production facility this century for Stelco. We know that the Liberal government has been doing things to benefit the economy and to benefit Canadians, and that's a good thing. So why is it that you keep criticizing the Liberal government with regard to its pension file? It's doing a good job. It's doing a great job. It's good for the economy and it's good for Canadians.
We handed the Justin Trudeau government a surplus in 2015, which has rapidly turned into mounting deficits projected next year to reach $27 billion. This is money that our children and our children's children will be repaying and bearing the interest burden of.
Well, Peter, that's a cause for debate, because the Harper government, from my understanding, did not hand over the Liberal government a surplus budget, but rather a deficit budget. And that's been indicated by several economists. And there's $300 billion of debt that the Harper government added to our government debt over that time period, and had nothing to show for it. Whereas the Liberal government over the last 4 years has created 1.1 million jobs, over 90% of which are full-time.
I want to go back to Mr. Ugenti and ask him the question about the pension file. You made a couple of comments about repealing the back to the age of 65 from 67, which the Conservatives did, and I commend you for that. I really do, and I've always said that even in the House of Commons. However, we've just learned that your proposal, the Liberal proposal, is now to give increases on the old age security to people of $726 to people that are 75 and over. And that you're stating, or the Liberals are stating, that that'll take 20,000 more people out of poverty. So my question is to you is, what happened to the people from 65 to 75? Are they supposed to just stay in poverty? Or what kind of an increase are they supposed to be getting?
Well, thank you for that question, Scott. The Liberal government has, over the past 4 years, taken steps to ensure that the old age security and the guaranteed income supplement, the OAS and the GIS, are automatically given now to seniors when they reach age 65. Previously, with the Harper government, the Conservatives, a senior had to apply for those benefits in order to receive them, and there was millions and millions of dollars that were not being paid out. So what the Liberal government did was it took the step to automatically ensure that OAS and GIS went to seniors, which was a wonderful step to take. Then they ensured that every quarter, every 3 months, the OAS increases by the rate of inflation. They've also topped up the GIS to ensure that the persons in the most vulnerable, lowest ability to earn income, our seniors, are getting a top-up on their GIS. Now, we've made a proposal to increase the OAS by 10%, that's $729 every year once they hit 75, because we know the cost of living continues to go up, and that's when seniors need it most, as they get older.
And what about the people who are 65 to 75? Their cost of living, does it stay down or something? Or?
No, as I said, Scott, and you heard me, that the increase goes every quarter with the rate of inflation.
Okay.
With the rate of inflation. Now in Hamilton, we've seen a local real estate boom that's driven up costs. I hear from seniors every single day, on their doorstep that they are in pain, and the checks that they're receiving from your Liberal government are not keeping pace. The inflation adjustments do not reflect the reality on the ground here in Hamilton as we see a runaway cost of living.
Well, Peter, that's why we do have Canada Pension Plan having been bolstered by the Liberal government by up to 50%. And when it's completely rolled out, recipients of the Canada Pension Plan will be receiving 50% more than they are currently receiving, as well as there being the OAS and the GIS for those that are receiving same.
Mr. Eugeni, that's, the CPP too that you're talking about, those are good things for our future, for our grandchildren. That does nothing whatsoever for the people now. That money that we're collecting on the CPP two that's going to start next year, when it goes to full investment, that's 49 years from now. Most of us aren't going to be here. So that's for our future, but it does not do nothing for the pensioners at this time, and that's what they're hurting. They are suffering. And to say that the cost of living is actually, for people to 75 and over, I guess the loaf of bread is cheaper for 65 and to 75. Because one of the things that really, really bothers me when I go to the door, we are forcing our seniors, because of the high cost and the inflation that's eating up their little paychecks that they have from their pensions, we are forcing them to food banks. And I've gone to Neighbor to Neighbor, and I've gone to Hamilton Food Share, and they have found a 15% increase in seniors using our food banks, which I think is deplorable.
What the Liberal government has done is it has ensured that seniors receive an additional $1,000 a year through the boost to the GIS top-up, and as well with the Canada Pension Plan survivor benefit. When someone loses a loved one, husband and wife, for example, if one of the spouses dies, then the surviving spouse will receive a 25% increase in the survivor benefit, from 60% to 75% of what the other person was receiving. And that will help seniors as well.